wanna ride with you, I want a life with you. Let's watch this town grow small. And when the rain's coming, I keep the car running. Faded signals and 3 tinted windows. Somewhere in the mist, I don't know where we're going, but I hope you didn't notice all the turns we missed. But you don't care where we're going. Said you're better off not knowing. Just close your eyes, close your eyes, close your eyes. I wanna ride with you, I want a life with you. Let's watch this town grow small.
I would like to clarify that I am not doing this as a result of Rec Room shutting down its servers on June 1st, and isn't at all meant to replace or be some substitute for it. I don't want to be all like,
let's migrate to this Rec Room clone I made. Hashtag save Rec Room.
Don't treat me like the second coming of Christ because I'm uploading this at a convenient time, alright? If you haven't heard about Rec Room before now, it used to be a social VR game that featured mini games for you to play with your friends or random people you meet in the game's social hub. Now it's pretty much dissolved into a VR version of Roblox, and as a result shutting down for good in June. My main goal for this project is to bring back what made Rec Room so special to me and so many other people. The calm and welcoming atmosphere that set it apart from every other social VR game, or hell, every socially focused game in general. The game was set in this fictional college or recreation, and tell me that isn't the absolute perfect setting for a social game. It's a setting a lot of people are familiar with and would feel a lot more comfortable socializing in than some, I don't know, sci-fi abstract island up in the sky. I'm developing this game not only as a learning experience for multiplayer and networking, but also as a portfolio piece to sorta make myself known and maybe get my foot in the door of the gaming industry. A lot of the stuff I already have on my itch page really isn't cutting it at the moment. I would like for this to sorta be my own thing and IP instead of a one-to-one clone of Rec Room though. Not only to separate myself from this complete embarrassment of a video, but also because I don't feel like potentially being sued into the ground today. I'll still borrow some ideas from them, but I want to make this stand out as much as I could. The Animal Crossing games have been a huge inspiration for me as well. Everything from the soundtrack to the atmosphere to the gameplay loop is near flawless. It does such a fantastic job at making the different gameplay mechanics actually make sense in the universe it's in. For example, you go to physical stores to buy clothes for your character or furniture for the house you have to pay off your crippling debt for. There are also collectibles you donate to a museum, the sheer engineering masterclass that are the villagers, and so many other things that help sell the specific tone and atmosphere to the player elegantly. And right now, there isn't a single VR game anymore primarily meant for socializing which also has some solidified art direction and atmosphere, and I want to take the opportunity to fill that gap. The game I'm making and want to release on Steam with the help of a few others is Bucket Park. Think Animal Crossing, but social VR with some aspects of Rec Room mixed in. You all have no idea how much I've been daydreaming about making this. I have been planning this out for over the past year, making an entire game design document for the game and a whole slew of concept art. This isn't going to take place in a college like Rec Room, but instead in a park. Not a playground, but a suburban park with a heavy focus on nature. I've always admired how well public parks can encourage people to socialize with each other, and how much they embrace nature with tall trees overshadowing the entire area, massive grass fields, and even small rivers. The primary social hub where people meet and play and hang out is gonna be a park filled with stuff like trees, benches, a path to make your way around it, and more. You're also gonna have your own private area to do whatever you want with, in this case being your apartment instead of a dorm room. In the Animal Crossing games, you're able to shop for furniture, wallpapers, flooring, and more for an in-game currency to decorate your own personal room to your liking. This is something I'd like to make a big part of the game, maybe even letting you show it off to other players. Back in 2016 to 17, Rec Room referred to itself as the Wii Sports of VR. It only had a few mini games you could play back then, but were all carefully picked and designed with VR in mind. In disc golf, there are a near infinite amount of ways for you to throw the disc, which you won't be able to express nearly as well on a 2D screen as in VR. I'm really picky when it comes to what activities I want to have since there's so much I already have to consider. Will it get people motion sick? How much would it fit the general theme of Bucket Park? How much would it use your your hands? Does the core concept and gameplay have enough depth to be replayable and fun for an extended period of time? I'm still thinking about which activities I want to include in the game, but right now I only plan on having 3 of them on release, which again, take advantage of the fact they're in VR and are actually replayable and fun. I'd also like for Bucket Park to have a heavy emphasis on the branding and presentation of the park or town it's set in. So what better way to do that than with a mascot? I introduce to you my boy, Frank. He's a river otter because, I like river otters. They're my favorite animal, alright? Go fight in the comments about why exactly I named him Frank, but I also think river otters, as an animal, can generally represent nature pretty well. Most other animals, like rats, cats, raccoons, and more, don't give peaceful suburban park vibes nearly as well as river otters do, in my opinion. I also gave him a bucket hat because look at the title of the game, as well as a smartwatch to better distribute that green lime color of his hat. Frank's mostly going to be seen in posters and signs and whatnot representing the park, places around the user interface, as well as promotional material. It would also be absolutely fire if this game pops off enough and I'm able to get in touch with like Makeshift or whoever and have a plush manufactured for my boy, but a man can dream. There's one thing I want to stress though, and I know this is immediately gonna blow the game for a lot of people. I don't at all want this game to have any user-generated content in terms of custom avatars or player-made experiences or anything like that. This is a game, not a platform. And I firmly believe that art direction in video games is just as important to get right as the gameplay or music or anything else. Some form of an artistic identity is one of the primary things I want to sell to the player with Bucket Park. If you do want some other social UGC platform similar to VRChat or Roblox to play, then this game isn't for you. All UGC will do for the game is make it a living hell to moderate and keep running. And I don't want to have to hire a whole moderation team, or even worse, get into any trouble because of it. It's just way too out of the scope of the game and my current experience in game development to implement properly. I want to keep the scope of this game rather small so I can actually finish it in a reasonable amount of time, like 1 or 2 years, without getting too burnt out or demotivated. So I might end up not adding something I mentioned in this video or on the game design document for the sake of time or the feature's simply too complex. And yes, this is going to be a devlog series documenting my progress on the game, with this video being the first episode. Development starts whenever the Steam frame comes out and I get my hands on it. My Quest 2 is on life support and I'm sick of having to deal with the software every time I want to use it with my PC. If you'd like to follow this utmost certainly ambitious journey I'm gonna be going on, make sure to subscribe to my channel and share this with anyone else who might be interested. And if you want to chat or ask any questions about Bucket Park and whatnot, I'll have my Discord server down in the description for you to join. I also set up channel memberships recently, so if you'd like to financially support this utmost certainly ambitious journey along the way, you're very, very welcome to do so. Will I eventually give up on development in a fit of burnout and stress? Will this become a smash hit amongst the VR industry, leading to the success of my career in game dev and life as a whole? Who knows? Thank you so much for watching all the way through, and I will see you in the next devlog.